What's up guys, welcome back to Fancy Goldfish Fanatics. Today we're going to be bringing you one of our Back to Basics series, all based on hatching baby brine shrimp. So stay tuned to find out more. Hey Fanatics family, welcome back. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can keep up to date with our future uploads. If you're not already part of the family, click that link in the description and join our amazing Facebook group. So today's video is another exciting one, all based on hatching baby brine shrimp. As you know, in the few videos ago we spoke about breeding our fish. So, as you know, that fish has gone off to my friends to be spawned. They did actually spawn, but unfortunately, it turns out the fish we thought was a female was actually a male. So, we're going to have to do that spawning again because the fish all ate the eggs before we realised. So we're actually going to be spawning that fish with his female, which you can see right here. So hopefully we're going to get an even better outcome of the fry, and they're going to be even more high quality calico cow style fish. So I'm really excited about that, but we're probably going to have to wait about another month, something like that, before we'll see those. But that's really exciting. But he is going to raise the fry, or any potential fry we get, fingers crossed we do. He's going to raise those on baby brine shrimp and then move them over to like a small granular or powder feed. But this video I just wanted to show you guys how I normally hatch baby brine shrimp and how I do it, because I'm sure we're going to be breeding lots of fish in the future and it's just good to have that as a video. Also, the sponge filters are cycled and ready, and as you knew, in the last video we took delivery of our new fiberglass pond. So the next video you see, we will be filling that up, and out of nowhere suddenly we have a new fish and also some other new fish that should be coming in the future. So that's really exciting. So we need to get that pond filled, cleaned out and ready to quarantine the new fish. And also I'm going to be chucking in a little bit of media from this tank just to give it a little cycle quickly. But as it's only one fish in, 600 litres, it's going to be fine anyway. So that's really exciting. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can check out the new fish we get. But yeah, on to today's video. So today's video is all about hatching baby brine shrimp. Brine shrimp are really good for young fry. Once they have used up their egg sac, they've taken their gulp of air at the top and now they're free swimming within the tank. Baby brine shrimp can be enriched with different additives like Selco or algae such as diatoms or Nanochloropsis. However, majority of people will hatch the baby brine shrimp and they will feed them straight away to their baby fish to bring them on and grow them on so they can get them onto that commercial diet like the powder or granular food. So baby brine shrimp are really resilient, and you can get the eggs from all different... So baby brine shrimp are really resilient, and the eggs are collected all over the world from the Great Salt Lakes, also China. But you need to be aware, most of the time when you're buying really cheap brine shrimp eggs, they have a really poor hatch rate, low survival rate, and they're also collected from some not so good places and they can be contaminated. So I know the Great Salt Lakes provide really good brine shrimp. So it's worth making sure you're buying from a good supplier that's got a good hatch rate. 80 or 90% is what I normally recommend. And obviously the brine shrimp need salt water to hatch, and a light source. So what I do is I bring them on in my DIY hatching vessels. So I will show you that right now. And here we have it. So this is actually my homemade baby brine shrimp hatching device, I suppose you could call it. So what it is it is 4 large bottles, like lemonade or Coke bottles, and then I've cut these in half. So if I hold it up just here, so the bottom of the bottle is used as the stand, and then the main bottle will just sit in that. And then I've also got these like small CO2 bottle caps that are screwed on. I've got...
A few moments later.
I've got my main air manifold here, so I can control the airflow to each bottle, because you need large bubbles, so not using an air stone, to keep the brine shrimp in suspension so they can hatch. And then also you can see I've got the little valves at the bottom, so once the brine shrimp have hatched, I can turn the air off to a single bottle, put the light source to the bottom of the bottle, so because the brine shrimp are attracted to the light, so they'll come down to the bottom, and then I can open the tap to siphon them off and then feed them to the baby fish. So that device is pretty easy to make yourself and doesn't really cost too much, maybe £10–15. As you saw, I have 4 different bottles, so I can have 4 different batches of brine shrimp, because your baby fry will need these live foods continuously throughout the first, even second week of growing. So now let's get on to how I hatch my baby brine shrimp. So what I will do is I will take one of those bottles, I will fill it up about halfway, which is 1 litre of water. To that I will add 1 large tablespoon of salt, the pure vacuum dried salt that you saw in a previous video, or like a marine grade salt. You can even use kitchen salt, like pickling salt, something like that, as long as it's non-iodized salt. You're aiming for somewhere around 20 parts per thousand up to around 30 parts per thousand, so this is about 20 to 30 grams per litre. And then I will add half a teaspoon of baby brine shrimp eggs to that. I will turn the air on and let it all mix and stir together. You can just use normal tap water, don't worry too much about it being dechlorinated. These eggs are super resilient and it won't really affect your hatch rate, but you can dechlorinate if you feel the need to. So I will do that. I will add a heater or a warm lamp, just to provide a heat source, because the warmer we keep the water, the better and faster the hatch rate we will get. And then once the brine shrimp have hatched after 24 to 48 hours, I will turn off the individual bottle. I will let the brine shrimp settle, as I previously mentioned, and then I will tap those off or siphon those off and feed to the baby fry. Obviously, if you want larger brine shrimp, you can bring these on by feeding them different algae that I previously mentioned, but as we are only dealing with a very tiny, small, newly born, newly hatched fry, we want to use those baby brine shrimp nauplii, which is the first stage of the brine shrimp growth. So I hope that's helped a few of you maybe do a little bit of DIY brine shrimp hatcheries. You can also buy commercial hatcheries just like this one here. However, you can also make your own like I've done. You don't even have to do it in some bottles like I've done. You can always use a small glass tank or large Tupperware and just have an aerator and make sure the water is continuously moving. The best way is to have it in a vessel that's sort of a triangular shape, or the cone of a bottle, as it helps keeping all the water moving and the brine shrimp in suspension. So that's it for today's video. Hopefully in the next video you're going to see me filling up the outdoor tank and preparing it ready for our new arrival. I'm also taking on one of my friend's fish that he's getting from the same seller, and I'm going to be quarantining him for that too. So you should see those come in a few videos afterwards once the tank's all ready and set up. So make sure you hit the notification bell and subscribe so you can keep up to date with that. Thank you all for watching. Remember to keep your water changes up, and happy fish keeping.